What up, dude? And welcome to Lunchtime Detroit Lions Talk, brought to you by Detroit Lions on the Prowl and Lions Nation Unite. It's your man, Curt Steele. Today is Wednesday, Hump Day, baby. November 9th, 2022. On deck for today's show, Coach Mike discusses how TJ Hockenson took a shot at Detroit, the Lions, and the state of Michigan. Whatever. And how the team fired back. I'll look at how the defense held a players-only meeting before the Packers game, and the LL tells you how Ndamukong Suh has some advice about Aiden Hutchinson. But before we get into all that, man, it's time to bring in the rest of the crew. Man, y'all know who it is, man. It's the highest player from the Himalayas. Big El Guapo from Yaktown. It's my man, LL Cool Torrance. What's going on, my guy?
Was Proud Nation, and good morning.
Man, y'all see that coach's visor up there, man. It's the boxing pride of Jackson, Michigan. He is our defensive line coach extraordinaire. It is who?
It's the Wolverine coach, Mike Jones. What's going on, Lion fans?
Let's get this thing started
right now.
Let's go.
It's Detroit Lions talk, baby.
Hey, welcome back to the show, people. Now, shots have been fired. Coach Jones, holla at them about what Hockenson had to say about Detroit.
Man, you know what? I was trying to be respectful about the Hockenson trade, I really didn't want to come out and say it, but we really need your ass, TJ. But you know what? I mean, we just didn't scheme for a tight end that were Garner's giving him top 5 tight end money. With that being said, TJ Hockenson decided to throw a little shade at the Detroit Lions. And I'm going to read 2 quotes from Mr. TJ Hockenson. This comes from Detroit Lions Sports or Detroit Sports Nation. One quote, TJ says, "I'm excited to be back in the Midwest." Back? Well, Detroit is the Midwest. He said, I'm excited to be back in the Midwest. Hockenson told reporters Wednesday in Minneapolis, this is last week, they called Michigan the Midwest, but this is really the true Midwest. It's a lot closer to a lot of people that I grew up with. Come on, man. Like, how you going to try and say that this is not the Midwest? Like, that's throwing a lot of shade when you call us the fake. You know what I'm saying? When you acting like we ain't that real, like, come on, man. We take pride in being the Midwest. That's really, Chris Webber, No Coast. Remember the record label came out with No Coast? Come on, man. Like, so then it goes on, TJ Hockenson says, that's really what we're here to do, is go somewhere and win some games. That's kind of the first time I've been able to say that. Hockenson said, I'm pretty excited. I really am. It's cool to be here. Like I said, I'm excited to be part of a program that we can do something. We're looking beyond 17 games and looking down the road. He said, we got to take it week by week, obviously win the next one. But listen, there's no telling where we can go in this place. I'm just happy to be a part of that, man. And you know what? I kind of feel him, but at the same time, did you have to really say all of that? You couldn't just humbly be like, I'm happy to be a Viking and let's go and let's see where this goes. Did you have to take those little, them little jabs, did you have to do that, man? That wasn't really necessary, TJ. Because like I said, you wanted money that you wasn't worth. We don't scheme. We don't have the tight end schemed like a Travis Kelce, like a George Kittle, like a Mark Andrews, like a Dan Waller. They don't have that big of a facet in the Detroit Lions offense under Johnson. But Detroit Lions answered those shots. Bang, bang, right back at them because James Mitchell and Mr. Zylstra both caught touchdown passes on Sunday. And they was the only ones to catch touchdown passes on Sunday. So we don't need you, Hockenson. The bus don't stop here. Be gone with yourself. What y'all think, man?
It doesn't surprise me Hock had something to say about the Lions. Chris from the Detroit Lions podcast mentioned on their YouTube channel the other day, the day of the trade, that Hockenson didn't want to stay in Detroit. He said all that wanting to stay was a front for the fans. He's expressed his desire to leave Detroit. This may have been one of the reasons why Brad Holmes said that they were going to make that trade regardless. Brad Holmes said it didn't matter what our record was. We was making that trade. And it could have been one of those things where his displeasure. And because you can see a player say something on the outside. How many times have we seen a player always say, "Hey man, I want to stay, I want to be here," and then as soon as they get traded, they be like, "Ooh, hallelujah, I'm gone." It is what it is. But hey, bro, enjoy your time in Minnesota, but don't come for the D, dog, because you will get your ass handed to you. Don't come for us, dog. You know what I'm saying? Go take yourself on over to the doggone Vikings, to call Michigan the fake Midwest, man. You'll get your ass handed to you. Don't come back to Detroit and get scuffed up because you're talking shit. Don't do that, dog.
Wow, do that in Iowa.
Yeah, yeah. Don't do that. Stay humble, bro. But good luck to you out there in Minnesota. We ain't say that because we didn't even say that bad about you. We was like, okay, going about the business. You know what I'm saying? But you throwing shade at us, man. Watch your mouth and mind your business. What you got, LL?
I mean, I don't know, man. Number one, I don't really care. Shout out to TJ Hockenson. Good luck, whatever the hell else you do in your career. It wasn't his fault here. Like, I can understand his frustration if he actually, was upset about it. I'm still not really believing the whole he wanted to leave type thing. But that is an interesting point. I never put two and two together. Which how you said about Brad Holmes saying they would have made this trade regardless. When he said that, everybody was like, "What the fuck?" Everybody was like, "What is you talking about?" What? But now that makes sense. So, but whatever. I don't. When he say the real Midwest, he ain't. Maybe he is this, but I think he means more country. That's all. He Iowa. Country cows. Longhorn. I don't really care. Shut up, TJ. Whatever. Do your thing. You're in Minnesota now. Here's the funny thing about it. Vikings ain't about to do nothing anyway. So he getting all hyped up to go over there and they'll be further than us, of course, but they're not doing much else. So again, whatever, have fun.
Yeah,
go Vikings. Whatever the fuck. I don't care.
Hey man, if you like the content, man, like the video, share the video, comment on the video. You know how we do it, because it's time for us to answer the family discussion topic for today, which is it a surprise that Hock fired some shots at the Lions? Kind of seemed like kind of came out of nowhere because he was so humbled and thank the city of Detroit and thank the fans, and all of a sudden here he is talking about the real Midwest. So let us know what you think in the comment section of the video. We know you're gonna talk about it in the chat, in the live chat, but leave us a comment on how you feel about Hockenson taking some shots at Detroit, and not the Lions, but that's understandable. But Detroit, can't be talking about us, man. We don't get down with that, man. We don't like that. We don't like that. All right. All right. Next up, man. Hey, if you're going to get yourself some Lions gear, go over to Fanatics.com, man. You see I'm rocking my Salute to Service gear. I get all my stuff right there, Fanatics.com. The link's in the description below. Portion of the proceeds from that link going to help us grow the content on this channel. And for everyone who was looking for those grit caps, the ones with that Grand Camel those guys were wearing, they now have them on Fanatics.com. So you can get yourself a grit cap right there on Fanatics. So
get you a grit hat.
Man, get you a grit hat, man. Go ahead and cop one. Because I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna cop mine. So hey,
yeah, me too.
I can't lie to you. But
you gonna wear a grit hat?
Yeah, I'm gonna wear a grit hat, man. I like that grit hat, man. So for all your other apparel needs, man, like officially licensed gear, go over to Fanatics.com and get yourself some gear, man. Help the show out. Go over and check us out at Lions Nation Unite. They help us bring in this content, and you can check out all the content creators you want to. I hopped on there last night with Micro Mike, Mark Owen Forum, and my man Ant from Royal Lions UK. So go check us out over there, man. It was a fun time. We had some good things to talk about, and we was always talking about FTP or FGB right there on LNU. You can download the app in the Google, Android, or Apple App Store. Just type in Lions Nation Unite, or for your web browser, just type in lionsnationunite.com. And while you're over there, go to lnushop.com, man. Like I tell you all the time, get the real, not the fake that's on Facebook, with some game day gear at lnushop.com. DetroitLionsOnTheProwl.com. Holler at us on DetroitLionsOnTheProwl.com. And while you're there, get yourself some Prowl Nation gear at LionsOnTheProwlShop.com. Check out my man, Wolverine, Coach Mike. He gonna hook you up with that Wolverine gear. Because if you're a Wolverine on Saturday and a Lion on Sunday, get yourself some Wolverine gear at Wolverine.com. I'm sure he'll be putting some of his marketing genius to work at the Michigan game this weekend versus the Nebraska Cornhuskers. So he's gonna be out there. So check. If you're gonna be in Arbor this weekend, get yourself some Wolverine gear. He gonna hook you up and help the fight against cancer. My man, Big Lion, man, he sells that roar up gear that helps the American Cancer Society of Michigan. So help my man out and get some of that roar up gear, man. It's just some good quality stuff. So help out my man, Lion, man. It goes to a great cause as well. Now that we paid all the bills, let's get back into this content. So the Lions players on defense held a players-only meeting before the Packers game. I was like, okay. And sometimes this backfires. But I think we have a young enough team where you got that mix of veterans and you have that mix of young players where it can actually work. Because we don't have a whole bunch of superstars that's all about themselves. That's like, hey, get out of here, my face, dog. But you have some players that take accountability, man. I like the defense held themselves accountable by holding that meeting. Veterans and young players had some tough conversations about how they were playing. And somebody took some credit for something. Anzalone asked himself, how did I contribute to getting AP fired? He wasn't even my coach. Well, poor play, poor coverage, the all-around performance of the defense. Now, I don't think Anzalone contributed to AP getting fired, but, some of the play by the total defense could have been a residual that helped get him fired. I will say that, because I don't think that him getting fired was totally about the secondary, because the secondary was playing bad, but I don't think it. I think that was a kind of a warning shot too. I said that before. Now here's Deshaun Elliott. Deshaun Elliott was saying like, hey, having your teammates or having tough conversations with your teammates about missed assignments hits a little differently when it's coming from your peer than it does a coach. That hit a little different. Sometimes that strike a little fire under you, and that's one thing I liked about. Hey, they can be teammates and have camaraderie, and people who are close to you, your friends, a true friend to tell you about yourself. A true friend to tell you about yourself. Hey man, you messing that up, dog. And they're not going to sign up on your BS. You know what I'm saying? If you're messing up in life, if you're messing up on the field, if you're doing whatever, and they catch you doing something foul, your true friend to tell you about yourself. They ain't gonna co-sign on you. They're gonna tell you to do the right thing. So that's what I like to hear from the players. And Jerry Jacobs, the young fella, says their players bonded during the meeting. They made sure everyone was on the right track going forward. Now, hopefully, this is not a one and done type thing, and it lasts the rest of the season, because they're gonna need it. They're gonna have some tough games coming up where they're gonna have to depend on that defense. You got the Buffalo game coming up on Thanksgiving. Even this week, playing the Bears. You see, the Bears have the #1 rushing offense in the league. They had the 32nd in passing, but they're #1 in rushing. And a lot of it has to do with that, with that #1 back there, that scrambling quarterback, Justin Fields. He's the #1. He's their top rusher on their team.
I got him in fantasy.
Yeah, so it's going to be a test coming up. There's going to be some tough games coming up. And that young defense is going to have to replicate what they did on Sunday versus the Packers. All right, guys, what you guys think about the players only meeting?
If you would have told me that before, that's what was going on. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what it was, because it did look like they was all in sync at least on the back end of the defense. Before you seen a lot of hands up, a lot of, and a lot of what. I ain't even know, like, you know what I'm saying? But you didn't see that in the game. You seen everybody just playing, going full speed and playing. So that players only meeting explains a whole heck of a lot, man. So I'm glad they had it.
Yeah, I agree. And I'm glad they won, because I'm glad of two things. I'm glad they didn't tell us till afterwards, because I hate hearing about that. Right beforehand, the players only meeting is like, well, whatever, shut up. And then I'm glad we heard about it after the fact. And I'm glad they won because a lot of times you hear that and they go out there and look crazy and you be like, what was the players on the meeting for? And, then there'll be a whole lot more negative talk. But like I said, just positives from it. Glad they actually won the game and glad they held on to it until after the fact. Go Lions.
I think it has to do with like there's no superstar and like no big egos. You know what I'm saying? You don't see that. So you got people that's coachable. And if you're coachable for your coaches, hopefully you can be coachable with your teammates too. So I like to see that. And I like to see that leadership, veteran and you taking accountability of how they were playing and, trying to make an effort, concerted effort to get on the right page. So I'm liking that 100%, man. Hey, y'all know what day it is. It's Wednesday. Today it's the Gold Members Meeting. The link will be in the community tab. So go sure you check that out. And it's at 3 p.m. So, tune in for that. It's the same bat time, same bat channel every week on Wednesdays. And if it's Wednesday, you know what tomorrow is. It is the Victory Week edition of Thirsty Thursdays, baby. So make sure you follow us on your favorite social media platform. You see the links on the screen. Check us out on Facebook, TikTok, and of course, Instagram. And the gram gonna be litty for my man LL's. Thirsty Thursday, you know how it gets down, man. Speaking of my man LL, holla at us about a former Lion having some advice for the team about Aiden Hutchinson.
Yes. Let's focus on this news and rumor topic and none of that stuff that Curt just said. So on Twitter, actually, a nice up and coming budding sports analyst superstar Carmen Vitale. Y'all can follow her at Carmi V. Asked, and the Lions PR team had tweeted out some things about Aiden Hutchinson. It said Lions defensive lineman Aiden Hutchinson is the fourth rookie defensive lineman in team history to record an interception. And they named Ndamukong Suh, Jim Moran, and Thurman McGraw. And Carmen Vitale asked Ndamukong Suh, what do you think of the kid? And his response was, I hope that hopefully the GM and ownership are smart enough to build around him with the eyes emoji. So, of course, that's maybe a shot as Coach Mike might take it. Because maybe he felt that they didn't build around him, but it's useful advice. And to bring Coach Mike back into it, I don't know if it was earlier this week or last week, but you said that almost verbatim. We should build around Aiden Hutchinson, go for his strengths, build the defense to make sure that he succeeds. And here we go. We have Ndamukong Suh following up with the exact same thing. So number two things. Shout out to Coach Mike for having that insight. Shout out to Ndamukong Suh with that answer, but let's see what the Lions would do. It seems to be a theory that's what we need to do already. So let's see if they will. Let's see what components they put around him to help him and the rest of the defense to succeed.
All right. Okay, man. I can't sugarcoat it. Suh is right. He's right. He's right. He's right. He's right. He's righty. You know what I'm saying? If it was wrong to be right, he still will be right. What's that saying from 50 Cent? When I'm right, I'm right. It was a wrong, I'm right, because if it wrong, I could have been right. So doggone, he right as right it could be. How many times have we seen the Lions have a great player and not put the pieces around him to succeed? It's been, the Lions is one of those franchises where you can say it's very rarely they have a complete team, right? Yeah. They have big pieces, but never a complete team. I think the 2014 Lions, the one that got gypped down there in Dallas, that was the closest to like having a complete team that we've had in a long time. Because even the Barry Sanders years, we had good pieces on both sides of the ball, but we never had a complete team where it was like, dominant on both sides of the ball. We had stars at every level on the defense, right? If you look at the Rams last year, their defense, they had a star on each level of the defense. Had a star linebacker, they had a star defensive lineman, and they had a star in the secondary. In Detroit, it's never seemed to me, Marion, that we have a star at those three levels of the defense. And I'm with Coach Mike. You have to build around Aiden Hutchinson to his skill set. Get him some more get him another big pass rusher in here. I think they're in the right direction. You have some veterans now, but I would like to see another big young pass rusher come in. Will Anderson. I would love to see that, man, to see those guys on those bookends. Yeah, build around him. Make sure you put another guy up front with Malik McNeil, man, and we can cause some havoc on that defense, man. Another linebacker. And I said this last night. Get a shutdown corner. Get a absolutely, talking about the seatbelt game. I want a shut down corner.
Okay.
One guy that takes away the whole side of the field. I'm still a advocate for moving Jeff Okudah to safety. I'm still an advocate for that because he plays good in the run game. He plays good in the run game. Sometimes in that passing game, if you don't have help, he can get lost in the sauce out there on the perimeter. But build around him. Make sure he has a star behind him, 2 stars behind him, one in the linebacking core and one in the secondary.
Hey, real quick caveat off of what you just said. So, what would that lead Tracy Walker if Jeff Okudah get moved to safety?
Right.
I just want to keep that in everybody's mind. But if
the lines are getting younger, it may leave him somewhere else.
Peace out. No, but you know what? I feel him. And what Ndamukong Suh is saying is true. What he's saying is definitely true. When you don't spend a top 5 pick on somebody to not build that part of the ball around them. So yeah, that would be a waste of a pick if you got him to just be a contributor and you didn't want to build around him. But another thing I want to say is Ndamukong Suh, we did build the defense around you, man.
That was that 2014 team. That 2014 team.
You was a centerpiece of the defense. You just crying because they threw shade and they want to pay you that money at first, man. So I feel him, man. It just feel like, man, like everybody throwing shade at the Lions right now, man. Like they're like kicking at us, man.
Easy.
Like it's okay, man. You know, come on, Sue.
That's all.
But we feel you though, man. We feel you, my brother. You know,
Yeah.
That's what they call low hanging fruit, man. But my bad, Kurt.
Yeah, it is, man. That's all it is, man. It's easy to take shots from the outside, especially when you went other places and succeeded, won a Super Bowl down there in Tampa, and had success. You didn't have it at Miami because they splurged on you and you ain't do nothing. But you went up there with the Rams and got. I mean, you really got. He went out to. Be careful what you wish for, because when he went to the Rams, he got outshined by Aaron Donald. Like I said, he didn't contribute out there, but he wasn't the player he was in Detroit at the Rams. He did play better in Tampa, and he was a intricate part of them winning the Super Bowl. But was that people in Glasshouser should not throw stones, player, because the Lions did offer him that money, and he wanted to take more money to go down to a little bit more money to go down to Miami to play in a state where he is tax free. So it is. That was a money. That was a money grab right there. So. And all that being said, man, hey, man, like the video, share the video, comment on the video. You know how we do it. We pick 6 of your comments to go on the next show. And guess what? We're at that segment. It's time for the comment cards, baby. First up in the shoot for today, friend of the show, Mike and Chris G, excuse me. I watched Kirby Joseph play at Illinois via the Big Ten Network. No idea why Val doesn't like him. He plays like a free safety should. Hutch will be the star of this defense. Well, if we build around him, I think you're right, Mike and Chris G.
Right. Thanks for the comment. Welcome to the comment cards, Brent DeWitt. Love the intro. Sure hope Kirby is going to be okay. What a baller. I'm so old, I remember D. Mitchell. At this pace, he's looking at a Pro Bowl next year. Love seeing Kirby make an AR-15, probably mean AR-12. Why? That was a bonus. Next starter defense, tough call. 3-way battle between Kirby, Hutch, and Rodrigo. I'm sticking with my preseason pick, Hutch. Surprised as hell, but glad Barnes balled out. Encouraging. Yep, AA needs to ride the pine when Rodrigo's healthy. Yes. I love to see him and Barnes starting. I'm interested to see what those two's gonna do. Thanks for the comment, Brent DeWitt.
Hey Brent, we couldn't slide all your comment on there, man. So we got most of it on there, man. And thanks for the comment.
Yeah, thanks, man. James Reed says, to be honest, I think Joseph is a star of the D. Hutch could be an all-pro. Dang, really? Okay, that's saying a lot. He said Rodriguez, Jacobs, Okudah, and McNeil are solid pickups for Holmes. Kirby Joseph has it. He has it. Great, not afraid to hit. I think we're seeing the birth of a 10-year Pro Bowl player. And I said it again, man. I sent out that tweet, man, November 2nd, that I think he's gonna have that Amon Ra type back half of the season, man. Call me the Swami.
Yeah, man, I hear you on that one. And I'm not saying the kid's a world beater, man, but the kid is playing. The numbers don't lie, man. I know Val and my man Luke G. I know what you guys are seeing. I'm seeing a young kid making plays. That's what I'm seeing. All right, new to the comment cards again is Scott Smith. Hey, Scott, just like Brent, I got most of your comment. I couldn't get all of it in there, man, but I got most of it. So as I picked Kirby Joseph in the 90 of my 100 mock drafts, I can boast only that I knew he was a ball hawking safety. By the way, Anzalone runs all over the field and never makes the plays. He is horrible. He is a horrible linebacker, always on the wrong side of the ball. If there's a pile lineman, he goes to the pile. Meanwhile, the running back is going around it and taking it off the field. Thank you, Scott Smith. He's new to the comment cards. This is one of the most entertaining comments I've seen in a long time, man. But like I said, man, we got most of his comment. If you want to read the rest of it, man, go and read his full comments on yesterday's full video of Lunchtime Detroit Lions Talk.
I know we all hate Alexander Loney, and I am one of them, but that's not all the way true. That's all I'll say. I ain't gonna let you do him like that. Especially over the last few weeks, he played a little bit better. He played a little bit better. But welcome to the comment cards. Michael Fitzpatrick. He says Barnes had his best game. Bugs had his best game too. Kirby is playing big, making missing Walker a little easier. Get better, Tracy. Yeah, it just makes me more interested to make me want to see him and Tracy Walker back there. So yeah, thanks for the comment, Michael Fitzpatrick.
Dr. Detroit, here you go, man. Shout out Dr. Detroit, man, because but
I put this in this right for you.
Right, Dr. Detroit says Jeff Okudah is a ball hawk. Come on, man. WTF, and we all know what that means. Are you talking about? He is a great tackler. He blows in coverage. Figures never lie, and liars never figure. Okay, now he Aristotle. His PFF in coverage is like 98th in the league. Now I do love his tackling abilities, but he blows in coverage, bro. Yeah, but the thing is he does lock people down at times. Like there are times where he does just blow assignments, but he does lock people down sometimes, man. And being that starting corner, you're gonna go against the best number one receiver from every team. So it's gonna be times where you just don't look as good, but he is definitely a ball hawk type of guy. Now he just got to get his experience and reading the coverage, reading the receivers and all that down, because this is his first full season. So just give him time, man. He all right.
Hey, man, thanks everyone for commenting. We appreciate you, man. Keep dropping those comments in the comment section of the video. We appreciate you. We love hearing from you right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl. Yo, home for Detroit Lions news and rumors. Now it's time for dessert with your man Curt, brought to you by Delightful Bites. Delightful Bites are custom cookies and desserts for any occasion. If you like how they look, you'll love how they taste. Go in the link in the description to go over to Facebook for Delightful Bites so you can buy some cookies and desserts. If you don't do the Facebook thing, you can definitely go and email her at delightfulbites18@gmail.com, or you can go over to TikTok and Instagram to type in Delightful Bites in the search engine and see all that beautiful dessert footage. Delightful Bites, get your cookie on. Kirby Joseph, man, this young fella is doing it. Go over to NFL.com because what Kirby Joseph was nominated for NFL Rookie of the Week, man. So go over there and vote. Man, the Jets rookies have won like 6 of the last 8. So let's make sure we get our young fella in there. So go over to NFL.com and vote for Kirby Joseph for NFL Rookie of the Week. And that's your dessert with your man Curt, brought to you by Delightful Bites. Delightful Bites, get your cookie on. All right, now it's time to take that quick walk on over to that wall of fame, baby. New bronze member. We on top though 100. Enjoy the bronze members, man. So thank you for joining that, man. We appreciate it. We got George Eagle in the building, David Anderson, Detroit Drew, and Everything King. man, go check those two guys out, man. As Pistons coverage starts to heat up, those guys do a great job of covering the Detroit Pistons. Silver members, we got my man Big Dale in the building. We got Batman of the 313, and we got Cap Ice Cold. Gold members, like I said earlier, today, 3 p.m. is the Gold members meeting. So go ahead and look for the link for that Zoom meeting in the community tab. You got my man, Mr. Reliable Michael Huck. He's in the building along with the jazzy one, Paul Jarose. We got Lady Lionel of Douchebagia is always in the building as well most days. And then we got North End Ken just in the D. The Tornado is joining us from Utah. And the Doctor, who's in the comment cards a lot, is always in. And y'all know how Dr. Detroit, how he gets down, man. So go ahead. If you want to become a member of the Wall of Fame, click that join now button in the description. Now it's time for final thoughts for today's show. My man, my mellow, Big El Guapo, get on the mic because you know you eat jello.
Happy Wednesday, everyone. Go and find some dollar conies. Don't worry about a thing tomorrow. We already know that Curt is going to try to hype it up. I don't even have Instagram. Don't even worry about it. Don't need to, look for me on there or anything like that. But of course, the closer we get down the week, the closer we get to beating them goddamn Bears. Let's go game week. Let's get ready to beat them Bears, man.
Yeah, I just want to say, man, that it's time to officially turn the page and to move on to the Bears, as LL said, and build on that success that we had on defense, man. And and show the Bears what's up, man. We're gonna have to contain Justin Fields, so that's gonna be another task at hand, man. But hey, go Lions, man. We're going to get the job done.
All right, definitely, man. It is hump day, baby. Like my man said, get yourself some dollar conies, man. We know this is that hard part of the week was getting a little bit stronger, a little bit tougher. But, keep grinding it out, man. If you're feeling a little overwhelmed at work, man, go ahead and get yourself some help, man. Ask for help. Or just take a step back and take a breather, man. Woo-sah and get back at it. Because ask for some help, man, because it's always a sign of strength to ask for help, not a sign of weakness, man. It's Wednesday. Like I said, Gold members meeting, man. Y'all know what tomorrow is, man. I don't care what the hell he said. It's Thursdays, man. It's going down on LL's Instagram page. So get you a seat and get you a drink. Because it always goes down on Thursdays on that Instagram page. I don't know what the hell he talking about, man, because I done seen it firsthand. So check out my man LL's Instagram page tomorrow, man. So the hell was he talking about trying to sound proper? Man, keep it 100, brother. All right, so that's the show for today, man. Come back tomorrow as we do our pregame preview for the Lions and Bears in Chicago at 1 p.m. It's going to be a good game, man. I'm looking forward to that. So come on over tomorrow and hang out with us for the rest of the show. And, man, I always think about my man Jim when we play the Bears, man, because, Jim and Val, I was always that house divided, man. This was the Super Bowl every year was always the Lions and Bears game. So shout out to Val. Right. Shout out to my man Jim, man. We miss you, brother. So, what I'm saying, prayers up to you always, my man. Hey, whatever you ate for lunch, if you ate the dollar conies, if you ate some Mickey D's or whatever you ate for lunch, man, get that napkin, wipe them crumbs off your face, man. Finish your drink and get back to work, baby. And whatever you're doing in life, you got to boss up, ball out, and be the best version of you that you can be. For my fellas, LL and Coach Mike, this is Curt Steele, and we will holla at you real soon. We love you, Jim.